Isang magandang Martes sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay February 8, 2022 at welcome sa isang edisyon ng The Stock Market Today. Ito po ang inyong lingkod, Benji Chodoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007, and I do this report every day, which I started August of 2020. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, niimbitan ko po kayo na mag-subscribe sa aking channel. At kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review o may mga questions tungkol sa stock market, ay sasagutin po natin yan sa abot ng ating makakaya. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa ALLHC at ang plano ng PSE sa kanilang paglunsad ng PSE Dividend Index. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, February 8, 2022. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, financial headlines po muna tayo. And this is from the business world po. No, ang ating main news is actually from Ayala Land Logistics, which bought or buys Batangas industrial asset. Figaro unit post record profit as delivery sales rise. SMIC gets go ahead or go signal to offer 15 billion fixed rate retail bonds. LMRC says the first phase of the LRT1 Cavite extension is nearly 68% complete. Then First Gen says Avion plants Unit 1 running again. Okay, so ito po yung ating main news. Ayala Land Logistics buys Batangas industrial asset. Ayala Land Logistics Holdings Corp. Ito yung dating POPI, no? Ngayon, ang tawag dyan ay ALLHC. Through its subsidiary, bought a ready-built facility and land in Batangas for a total of 1.24 billion, inclusive of value-added tax. ALLHC's unit, Ecozone Power Management Inc., inked the deed of absolute sale to acquire 64,000 square meter ready-built facility from Shenglong Property Management Inc., along with 96,980 square meters plot of land the facility was built on from ABIS Land Management Inc. EMPI will assume ownership of the existing ready-built facility and will continue its operation until the ALLHC Group's warehouse leasing brand ALLHC, the company told the exchange Monday. The facility will be renamed ALLHC Santo Tomas, as it is located within the Light Industry and Science Park in Santo Tomas, Batangas. The park may be accessed through the South Luzon Expressway from Manila and the Southern Tagalog Artillery Road from Batangas City. This transaction strengthens ALLHC's vision to be the leading real estate logistics and industrial parts developer and operator in the Philippines, ALLHC said. The company previously said it is targeting to be present in 10 key areas across the country, aside from Batangas. It is present in Manila, Laguna, Cavite, Pampanga, Laguindinan in northern Mindanao. Okay, so yan po yung unang news natin. At ang pangalawa nating news ay tignan naman natin dito from Business World also. PSEI's Dividend Yield Index. The PSE is planning to launch a dividend yield index within the first half of 2022 as more publicly listed companies are now issuing dividends to common shareholders. With around 40% of PLCs giving out dividends to their common shareholders, we deemed it necessary to showcase companies that provide high dividend income to investors by coming up with a dividend yield Index, PSE President and Chief Executive Officer Ramon Monson said in a statement. This thematic index will be one of the new indices that we will be introducing within the semester, Mr. Monson added. The PSE said 108 out of 276 listed companies distributed a total of 402.18 billion in cash dividends in 2021. This was 17.3% higher than the 342.88 billion in dividends issued by 105 firms out of 271 in 2020. Ang ginawa ko po ay yung mga index stocks na nagbibigay ng cash dividends. Nandyan po sa description below, no? Tingnan niyo po. Pero ang sinasabi niya dito ay hindi lamang yung index, kundi ibang kahit yung mga non-index stocks ay kasama po sa computation niya dito. And one of them is GMA7 at saka SPC. Yan po yung mga non-index stocks na nagbibigay ng mataas na dividend. But of course, kung gusto niyo malaman kung ano yung mga index stocks na nagbibigay ng mataas na cash dividends in 2021, ay pwede niyo pong tignan yung link sa baba. The 10 highest dividend paying stocks in 2021. Okay? Okay, the PLC's dividend yield stood at 2.58% in 2021, inching up from 2.5% from the previous year. Mr. Monson also noted that real estate investment trust had become a preferred asset class among investors because of its dividend mandate. Okay, so ang gagawin dito ng mga bangko kung meron ng ganitong dividend yield index, gagawa yan ng UITF specifically na itatrack lang yung dividend yield index na ito. And I suppose na mas magiging attractive to investors pag merong ganyang specific index catering to cash dividend paying stocks. Okay, so before we go to the PSE, ay tignan naman natin kung ano yung kung may mga comments, yung inyong mga comments, ano? At meron pong isa dito, si Jindrex1. Ito yung taga Middle East. Ano? Hello sir, share ka naman po ng experience mo on index rebalancing. Ano po normally ang behavior ng stocks na added at removed sa index? If pwede po, both PSE and MSCI. Thanks po in advance. Okay, wala po akong idea sa MSCI, pero sa PSE po ganito nangyayari. No? Take for example, kasi example natin si MONDE. Okay? Kasi twice a year or every 6 months, nire-review po yung mga index stocks, ano? At kailangan mag-comply po sa capitalization, minimum capitalization requirement, 15% public float, volume, no? Kailangan po mag-comply ang 30 companies doon para mapasama po sa index. And it so happened that yung hindi naka-achieve ng ganon ay dalawang stocks, ano? Si Bloomberry at saka si RRHI. Pero naka-comply si MONDE at saka si Emperador, no? Si Emperador dati nang kasama eh. But natanggal siya because napalitan siya ni Converge, I think, ano? Dahil hindi siya nakakomply dun sa ibang requirements, pero ngayon nakakomply ulit siya. So example po nito ay halimbawa itong si MONDE. Now normally, kung ang PSE is silent about that news, ibig sabihin, kasi Pebrero po yung ina-announce nila yung rebalancing, but of course mga 6 months or mga 4 or 5 on the 5th month bago mag-February, say January, meron na silang computation kung ano yung mapapasama at hindi mapapasama. And if you are at the trading floor, meaning nasa PSE ka mismo, opisina mo nandun, yung broker mo nandun, nag-uopisina, makakasagap ka ngayon ng balita. So informally, probably ganito, no? May mga nababalitaan sila from, informally, nakakausap nila yung mga officers o nakakausap nila yung mga tao sa PSE, yung nagko-compute, halimbawa, na, malamang matatanggal itong si ganito, may include si ganito. So, yung broker ngayon, i-verify yun. No? Ibe-verify yung information na yun. Paano ibe-verify? Kasi pupunta lang siya sa research eh. O i-verify mo nga to kasi sinabi ni ganito ng PSE, yung nagko-compute ay maaring matanggal itong stock na ito, ma-include yung stock na ito. Ngayon, yung research, more or less magko-compute yan, no? Kasi public information naman yung kanyang public float eh. Di ba? So, pagka na-confirm yan ng kanyang research, malalaman ngayon ng market na, uy, matatanggal si ganito, may include si ganito come February 14. Kaya January pa lang, meron na silang idea na, sigurado ito dahil hindi nakakomply si ganito. Say for example here, si MONDE, bakit simulang dito, si January 13, or about 1 month before the inclusion in the index, tumaas siya dito. So, since may idea na yung market, napaprice in na niya, nafa-factor in na niya yung tunay na presyo ni MONDE. Kaya pagka in-announce, hindi siya surprise, di ba? Pero kung surprise siya, nabigla yung market, biglang taas yan, di ba? So, ganun na nangyayari po. Kasi news comes around. It goes also well with other news, no? Say, nagkaroon ng chismis na itong kumpanyang ito ay malaki ang nakipag-deal sa isang malaking kumpanya abroad, no? And malaking malaking plus yun sa kumpanya, no? Pero hindi pa yan public information, di ba? So, ang nangyayari dyan is nagkakaroon ng chismis, tumataas yung stock. Pero kung hindi naging totoo yan, ay babagsak din na hype, kumbaga, na hype. Pero hindi ito, kasi in the case of rebalancing, yung information dyan is public eh. Ang hindi maganda yung, ang tawag dito, insider trading. May nalalaman ka sa loob ng kumpanya na bumibili ka na ng stock dahil doon sa insider information na hindi pa ina-announce ng kumpanya publicly. Insider trading ang tawag doon. But if everything is public, then hindi yan insider information. Okay? Nakuha niyo? In this case, itong information from MONDE at saka kay Emperador, lahat yan public information. Ang gagawin mo lang, magko-compute ka. Mabusisi nga lang, pero malalaman mo kagad. Diba? Kaya hindi yan insider trading, mga kapatid, mga kasama. Okay po? Okay. So, yan po ang aking 2 cents worth, no? Regarding rebalancing and trading and insider information, etc. Pero wag niyo pong gagawin yan, insider information. Dahil bawal po yun. You will be penalized by PSE and the SEC and a host of regulatory bodies. Okay, so let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. Okay, so let's put up our indicators. Okay, nagkaroon ng bounce today, pero matatandaan po ninyo yung breakout ni PSE dito or PSE index dito ay nagkaroon po ng pullback, no? The index is pulling back at the resistance level na nasa 74.65, ano? Pero hindi po yan eksakto. More or less nasa area pong ganyan, and RSI still bullish at 59. In fact, yung ating mga moving averages are under the candlesticks. Market summary naman, 77 companies declined, 116 advanced, while 51 remained unchanged. The all-share index also gained 0.76%, while all our sectoral indices are up, led by the financials, all our indices are up except financials, which lost 0.08% or 1.45 points, almost flat. But all our sectoral indices are up, and this was led by the holding companies. Okay, so let's review the most active stocks. Let's review the top 6. That's BPI, ICT, SPNEC, MONDE, BDO, and SM. Okay, so let's now start with BPI. Okay, BPI, naku, red candlestick. Looks like a shooting star, but it's just a very small downturn, no? But it continues to move upwards except for this few red candlesticks. And maganda ang performance ni BPI since nasa ilalim po yung ating mga indicators, and RSI is also bullish at 68. Ang tingin ko po dito ay that the support level would be here at 95.69. Now when I talk of support and resistance, these are not exact points, but these are areas. But tingnan niyo po ito, yung RSI, yung relative strength index is high, no? Almost overbought. But BPI continues to climb in price, except for a few red candlesticks here. So yung pinaka support po natin will be the 50-day exponential moving average at 94. But the resistance, let's draw a parallel channel. The parallel channel would be here. So the support follows the lower exponential moving average at 50. So it's now at approximately 94.91, which approximates our previous resistance level, while BPI's, previous support level, while BPI's resistance would be within the 103 price, no? Kasi po it follows the upper channel, o mga 103, 102 po. Yun po for BPI. And then let's take a look at the ICT, International Container Terminals. This is the company of Mr. Razon. Again, pataas pa rin po siya. And yung blue line po is our support. And again, we can draw a parallel channel which follows the 50-day exponential moving average with a slight overshoot on the resistance at 215.58 po yung resistance level. And if you will see the black line, ito po yung long-term indicator po natin, yung 100-day exponential moving average, which at one time, the price bounced at that level, but since November 8, our resistance or our support level would be our 50-day exponential moving average. And it continues to move up. Now, kung titingnan po natin yung pinaka, naku, wala dito yung ano ko. Wala dito yung, silipin nga natin yung, silipin natin yung fundamentals niya. Let's take a look at video securities price for ICT. I think it's in the 110 level. Kung fundamentals po ang pag-uusapan natin, International Container Terminal would have a target price of 215, but now it's at the 200 level with a 6.4% upside. So in other words, fundamentally the price is 215, but technically it's now at 216 the fundamental price, no? So nasa sa inyo po yan if you wanted to take profit or continue, because our short, medium, and long-term indicators are bullish, meaning under the candlestick. RSI is also bullish at 65.41. So, trend following lang po kayo. And just watch the price action, but the trend is upwards in spite of the fact na sinasabi ng mga analysts na ang tunay na presyo niya is 215 and it reached its price already today. Okay, next will be Solar Power Nueva Ecija, SPNEC. Okay, nagko-consolidate lang po siya at yung indicator lang na nag-appear dito is the 20-day exponential moving average kasi na IPO lang po niya is December 17 eh. And alam niyo po yung IPO po nito is piso nung December 17, ha? And the price now is at 2 pesos 18 centavos, meaning you gained 118% since December 17. So congratulations po kung hawak niyo pa po itong solar power, no? And solar power is the way of the future because this is renewable energy. At yung CEO po nito napakabata. Even less than half my age, yung kanyang age, no? So nasa 28, 29 years old lang to si Leviste. Anyway, yan po, no? Yung previous support niya ay nandito po sa area to. But from the looks of it, the RSI is already overbought at 71, meaning na pagka overbought po, expect some movement downwards in the coming days. No, at dito we see some consolidation here already. And then si MONDE, ito na include lang po may include po ito sa index on February 14, ano? Kasi ang masasama po dyan si MONDE at saka si Emperador, matatanggal si Robinson's Retail and Bloomberry. So nadagdag yung kumpanya ng alak, natanggal yung casino. Okay. Si MONDE naman, naku, si MONDE, bearish si MONDE. Na-price in na niya yung kanyang pagkasama sa index. Kasi normally, kung surprise yung announcement na isasama siya sa index, na-price in na po siya at this level here, yung January 13 at January 14. So ito na po yung tunay na presyo niya. Kumbaga, hindi siya nabigla. Na-anticipate na niya. So yung support level nasa 1549, the resistance is 1719, but I think what's driving the stock downwards is the market sentiment. Kung walang ibang news, tingnan natin kung may news. Wala akong nakikita ibang news except that, but in the long term, tingnan natin yung kasama ko ba yung MONDE. Meron bang study dito si BDO Securities? MONDE Nissan. Ito dito. 1920 yung kanyang presyo. 1920 meaning there is an upside of 19% or about 20%. Kasi nasa 15 siya ngayon So if you are a long-term investor, there is still a 19% possible upside for the stock. But technically, the stock is moving sideways to bearish. Okay, and this is confirmed by the RSI at 41.91. Then we have BDO. By the way, kung gusto niyo pa-review yung paborito niyong stocks, i-message niyo lang sa akin or i-comment niyo lang sa akin so I can prioritize. No? Now, BDO continues to move up, but from the formation here of the candlesticks, nagpo-pullback lang po siya. Kasi there was a breakout here on January 28. When I say breakout, this is a solid green long candlestick with significant increase plus above average volume. Breakout po yung nangyari noong January 28. So from a previous closing price of 127, it zoomed up to 134 and now it's at 135, and this is the highest since November 15, ano? But right now it's pulling back. Probably nagpo-profit taking lang po yung mga traders, and actually si BDO Securities wala po siyang presyo for BDO, obviously because it's their own stock, no? Pero kung titingnan niyo po yung ibang analyst like some analysts in other stock brokerages, ang presyo ng BDO nasa 160, 170. Pero BDO mismo wala siyang study tungkol sa kanyang sarili, obviously because it's self-serving. Okay, yung previous resistance po niya na naging support nasa 133. But right now, let's take a look at the 1-week chart. Yan, okay. Yung next, let's check. Okay, the next resistance level is at 149 based on a 1-week chart, but the data is June 2019. So medyo malayo na po, no? But that is the best data that we have here. And after that, the next resistance level would be at 160.20, and this is since December of 2019. Pero yung mga ganito po kasi, worry po ako na kunin yung mga resistance, pero hindi kasi this was past data already. So let's see kung talagang mag-hold yung resistance dito, no? At 149 and 160. But otherwise, let's go back to the one-day chart. Otherwise, the stock is bullish. And it has been moving up. So just imagine, if during the pandemic, you were able to buy BDO shares, mabibili nyo dyan sa halagang, check natin dito, 100, hindi, even lower than that one week chart. Biro nyo kung March 16 kayo bumili, 75 pesos lang. Ayan, no? 75 pesos lang siya. It went as low 75 pesos, now it's 135, almost double the price. Ngayon, if you are a long-term investor, BDO is the way to go. Hindi malaki magbigay ng cash dividends to 30 centavos per share for quarterly pa nga ito but for capital appreciation, you have to recognize that BDO is a leader in the financials, no? And it's the biggest bank in the Philippines. So, yan po ang aking assessment kay BDO. My 3 cents worth. And if you're a long-term investor, go for BDO. Okay? In the meantime, I would say that technically, we have a support here at the M100 at 124. And the resistance, nasabi ko na po kanina, no, nasa 149. But this is dated 2018, 2019 pa po. Okay? After that, our final stock will be SM. Among the SM conglomerate, we have BDO, SM in the SM Investments na is the is the holding company. We have China Bank, we have the SM Retail, pero not listed po siya. Anyway, SM continues to move sideways for the past, let me check, for the past 3 months, since November 11, and I see a support here. Alam po ninyo, kung you'll just buy on support, sell on resistance, kikita po kayo dito Just plot the common points, the resistance points. You buy on support, sell on resistance, and compute if you will gain. No? You will gain. I did that for Metro Pacific. Ang pinaka-support po niya nasa 3 pesos 78, 79. I bought at 380. But resistance po niya in the past months had been 4 pesos. So, ang target price ko will be 4 pesos. So, you invest something there, you gain a few thousand pesos kung yun po yung inyong play, no? Anyway, yun po. So, yan po ang aking take sa SM. Okay. So, yan po ang ating report sa stock market January 8, 2022. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik at hanggang sa muli. Take care. God bless. By the way, I'd like to thank nga pala my cousin, Marie Galvez, for letting me use her internet connection. Thank you, Marie. And bye for now.